A question answered Charles Mackay. What to do to make the fame live beyond the inward tomb? Thine honourable name shine, a star for history's gloom. Seize the spirit of thy time, make the measure of his height, look into his eyes sublime, imbue thee with the light. Now his words, they are spoken with utterance loud and clear, firm, persuasive, and unbroken, breathe them in the people's ear. Think whatever the spirit thinks, feel thyself whate'er he feels. Drink at fountains where he drinks, and reveal what he reveals. And, hater the medium be, canvas, stone or printed sheet, fiction of philosophy, or ballad for the street, or perchance of passion fraught, spoken words like lightnings thrown, till the people all their thought, the world shall be thy iron, be thine own. And God said, Let there be light, by Charles Mackay. Earth heard the loud, the solemn sound, and started from her utmost bound. And darkness on his even car spread his black wings and fled afar. Then clouds opened at his side, and hailed the burst of life and light. 'Tis light, 'tis light, the mountains rung. 'Tis light, 'tis light, the valleys sung. The stars beheld its dawning bright, the spheres confessed the Godhead's might. For nature's universal voice proclaimed aloud, Rejoice, rejoice I. Clear the way, by Charles Mackay. Men of thought, be up and stirring night and day, thou the seed withdraw the curtain, clear the way, men of action aid and cheer them as ye may. There's a fount about to stream, there's a lion about to beam, there's a warmth about to glow, there's a flower about to blow, there's a midnight blackness changing into grey. Men of thought and men of action clear the way. And so welcome light is broken, who shall say what the unimagined glories of the day? What the evil that shall perish in its ray? Aid the dawning tongue and pen, aided hopes of honest men, aided paper, aided type, for the hour is ripe, our earnest must not slacken into play. Men of thought and men of action clear the way. Lo, a cloud's about to vanish about the day, and a brazen wrong to crumble into clay. Lo, the right's about to conquer, clear the way. With the right shall many more, and the smiling at the door, the giant wrong shall fall, many others great and small, that for ages long have held us. For they pray, men of thought and men of action clear the way. Eternal Justice, by Charles Mackay. Word is felt to go wrong, for going wrong before. Feel the truths we cannot feel, and smile as we reply. Grub, little motes, grub underground, with sunshine in the sky. Caught in the Storm, by Charles Mackay. A tempest rent the starry dome, and tortured ocean into foam. Bending to earth my humble head in solemn and religious dread, kneeling on the sod, at a voice proclaim aloud, whose echo sprang from cloud to cloud, Great is the Lord our God. And ocean swelled its waters vast, repeating as it roared in chorus of furious blast. Oh, mighty is the Lord, while the fierce lightning, flashing high, traced red accents on the sky, writing as with a fiery rod, Oh, mighty is the Lord our God. Night and Silence, by Charles Mackay. 'Tis sweet to roam alone in some sequestered wood, and slumbering echo hears no sound, when night and silence spread around a holy solitude. And through the whale's capricious gales sweep fitfully along a melancholy mood, high that solemn hour when still night has flung. Repentance, by Charles Mackay. By the red lightning rent and riven, and reached along the plain, can the tall oak extend to heaven its gay green boughs again? When a star hath lost its track, a faded from on high, can aught restore the lost one back to glory and the sky? No, the tall oak no more can spread its green leaves to the blast, nor can the meteor which hath fled recall its splendours past. Can man, deep sunk in guilty care, embraced by human ill, can triumph o'er his dark despair and find a solace still? Yes, he who for one ransom bled holds back the avenging rod, when meek contrition bows the head, repenting to a God. For dark the sin, for deep the heart, be sunk in guilt and pain, Heaven's mercy can a balm impart, and lift it up again. Street Companions, by Charles Mackay. Ever for grace in pork I stray, meet the spirit by the way, wanders with me all alone, and talks with me in undertone. The crowd is busy seeking gold, cannot see what I behold, and the spirit passes along, unknown, unnoticed in the throng. On the grass the children run, maids go loitering in the sun, around beneath the ancient trees, and talk with them of mysticies. The dark brick houses of a square, the bustle of a thoroughfare, the sounds, the sights, the crush of men, are present but forgotten when. I see them but I heed them not, I hear but silence clouds the spot. All voices die upon my brain, except the spirits in the lane. Breaths to me has burning thought, yet has words of wisdom fraught. It tells me truly what I am, I walk with mighty whirling. It goes with me through crowded ways, a friend, a man in the maze, through Chancery Lane to Lincoln's Inn, to Fleet Street, through the moil din. Meet another spirit bear, a blind old man with forehead fair, ever walks the right hand side towards the fountain of Saint Bright. Amid the peal of jangling bells, or people's roar that falls and swells, a whirl of wheels and tramp of steeds, he talks to me of noble deeds. His voice above a crush, as to and fro the people rush, benign and calm upon his face, its melancholy wrapped in grace. He hath no need of common eyes, he sees the fields of paradise, he sees in picture unto mine, a gorgeous vision most divine. He tells the story of the fall, and hymns the fiend and battle call, and shows my soul in wonder damp heaven, earth, and pandemonium. It tells of the city as the good, and the sweet lady in the wood, and teaches wisdom high and holy, and mirth and heavenly melancholy. Oftentimes with courage high, it raises freedom's railing cry, an ancient leader of a van asserts the dignity of man, asserts the right of trumpet tongue that justice from oppression wrung, and poet, patriot, statesman, sage, guides by his own a future age. With such companions at my side, I float on London's human tide, and them at its billows frown, but lonely never, nor alone. The Autumn Leaf by Charles Mackay. Poor autumn leaf, down floating upon the blustering gale, torn from the bough, where goes now withered and shrunk and pale. I go, was sad inquirer, as list the winds to blow, seer, sapless lost, tempest tossed, go where all things go. Rude winds bear me onward, as you to them, not me, or dale or hill, for good through ill, as destiny bears thee. Although for me one summer and threescore for the breath I live my span, the wine poor man, and then a down to death. And thus we go together, for lofty as the lot, lowly mine, the fate is thine, to die and be forgot. The Dove of Noah by Charles Mackay. Hope on her wings and God her guide, the Dove of Noah saw, far through the dim and fervent space, where shoreless ocean roared. But she found no valley green, no resting place, no track, to the peaceful ark received the very wanderer back. So we on life's tempestuous sea, we sit by grief and pain, we seek a solace here below, but the search is vain. A resting place for very man is only found above. The ark to which the soul returns is the Almighty's love. The Infinitude of Mercy by Charles Mackay. Say not that any crime of man was e'er too great to be forgiven. Can we within our little span, or grasp the stormy winds of heaven, through a tenth of puny force, to lash back ocean with a rod, arrest the planets in their course, away the mercies of our God? The Lark by Charles Mackay. Whither, O sweet lark, whither away, song so high in the dawning grey? I see thee not, but I hear thy voice singing aloud, rejoice, rejoice. As long as the fields and the woods are green, a breeze is soft in the sky serene, happy out of all, or bird of morn, greeting the primo of far hills born. Of a wing and a voice like thine, to revel and sing in the morning shine, for a spirit untouched by care, a soul unworn by the world's despair, floating aloft on thy russet wing, pleasant to thee are the clays of spring. Thou hast no sorrow to make thee moan, for sorrow is man's and man's alone. Whither, O sweet lark, whither away, song so high in the dawning grey? I see thee not, but I hear thy voice singing aloud, rejoice, rejoice. The Seashore by Charles Mackay. Come, gentle fantasy, come to my lone retreat, beside the rolling sea, where the playful billows beat. Come, at still twilight's time, when the star of evening beams above, looks on earth with a look of love, from her far cerulean shine. On the shore the waters roar, shall to our ears of music make, and sweet shall be the melody, as the wind of autumn break, awaits the daylight o'er the deep, and with struggle and with strife the cares and toils of busy life sink for while and sleep. And she, thought's pallid queen, rises on her gentle way, scattering far her tremulous ray of calm and holy sheen. Knows the hour when feeling wakes, knows the hour when fancy takes far and heavenward flight. Nor every evil passion dies, no hope lifts up her gentle eyes. A lovely hour of night I gaze upon the roaring sea, and vague deep thoughts crowd o'er my mind. There lies the dread immensity, and over the region of the wind lies an immensity more dread, on which the thought cannot read, whose secrets we cannot disclose. Oh, happy, happy dead! The Voice of a Time by Charles Mackay. Day unto day utter speech, be wise, O ye nations, and hear what yesterday telleth today. Today to the morrow will preach, and change come of our sphere, and the old go down to decay. New light hath dawned on the darkness of yore, and men should be slaves and oppressors no more. Hark to the throbbing of thought, the breast of awakening world. Over land, over sea it hath come. Serf that was yesterday bored, today its defiance hath hurled. No more in a slavery dump, tomorrow will break free from the fetters that bind, and lift about arm the rights of mankind in. Hark to the voice of a time, the multitude think for themselves, and weigh their condition, each one, the judge has his spirit sublime, and weigh their condition, each one. The judge has his spirit sublime, and whether he hammers or dwells, he reads when his labor is done, and learns, for he grown under Penu's ban, that freedom to think is the birthright of man. The want of the people, by Charles Mackay. What do we want? Our daily bread? Leave to learn it by our skill, leave to labor freely for it, leave to buy it where we will, put its hard upon the many, hard and betide by the few, to starve and die for want of work, or live half-starved for work to do. What do we want? Our daily bread, fair reward for labor done, daily bread for wives and children. All our wants are merged in one, a fierce fear and hunger grips us, evil fancies clog our brains, vengeance settles on our hearts, and frenzy gallops through our veins. What do we want? Our daily bread. Give us that, all else will come, self-respect and self-denial, and the happiness of home, kindly feelings, education, liberty for act and thought, and surety that, whatever we fall, our children shall be fed and taught. What do we want? Our daily bread. Give us bread for willing toil, make us sharers in the plenty God has showered upon the soil, and we nurse our better natures with both hearts and judgment strong, to do as much as man can do to keep the world from going wrong. What do we want? Our daily bread, and trade untrembled as a wind, from our rank should spirits start, to aid the progress of mankind. Its poets, mechanicians, lightly thinkers shall arise, to take their share of loftier work, and teach, excel, and civilize. What do we want? Our daily bread, granted, make our efforts free. Let us work and let us prosper, you shall prosper more than we. The Wood Nymph, by Charles Mackay. Among the woods I've wooed her, and to a secluded nook by the margin of a brook, the waters bright and the blue of the meadows wet with dew, many a time pursued her, and far away in forests alone, listening to the plaintive tone of the windy weather, she and I, at midnight's time, have sat and sung together. Poor she is in the things of earth, poor in worldly treasure, she hath a smile of light and an eye of hazel bright, beaming love and pleasure. A forest maid, she loves to dwell in a solitary cell, nursing in a still retreat all the passions mild and sweet. Breathing many a plaintive ditty of hope and joy and love and pity, she is a fair and woodland nymph. A wild and artless mountain beauty, whose witching tongue of lure the young, who look on hard duty. Whose nymphs so poor and yet so free, who can she be but poesy? Thoughts, by Charles Mackay. True thoughts, your days of grief are done, no more shall scorn or hate impede you. Born in the light, ere the sun shines on mankind, mankind shall heed you. So grow ye grains of mustard seed, grow each into a tree, and kindle sparks to be fires bright, that all the earth may see, and spread your thoughts of truth and right are all humanity. Time wars and thoughts for tears and death, to the wise few that dared to raise them. Time is when thoughts are living breath, and the world's throbbing heart obeys them. So grow ye grains of mustard seed, grow each into a tree, and kindle sparks to be fires bright, all the earth may see, and spread your workers for right onwards eternally. To an Eagle, by Charles Mackay. Pop thy cleaving wings to brave a ragged blast, in spite of wind and storm to soar a mountain meadow vast. Or that their might like thee o'er alpine summits fly, and travel unconfined and free the nearest to the sky. That mine eye like thine upon the sun might gaze, and revel in the living light, undazzled by the blaze. That my rapid flight, or boundless ever driven, might never leave for things of earth the brighter ones of heaven. Here when the soul inspired would leave a world blind, forgetting its affinity to sorrow and mankind, with eye like thine to scan the wonders of its birth, some petty care disturbs its flight, and draws it back to earth. Oh, for thy cleaving wings, oh, for thy toppling nest, to dwell upon the mountain tops of nature for my guest, fanned by the rushing wind, rejoicing in the blast, and soaring in the light of our woods and waters vast. To Romans, by Charles Mackay. Sweet deceiver, who so oft last lulled myself of visions soft, Others new and young, with us come the flattering tongue, whispering to confiding youth tales of friendship, love, and truth. In the mirror life is seen, bright and pure and evergreen. Alas, must the visions fade, the brightness darken into shade, the clear but cold reality breathes upon my reverie. Straight the fair visions fly, the gorgeous lines grow pale and die. You find that in misfortune's day friendship can thither betray. You find that paltry gold can buy the glance of love and beauty's eye. That sort of wealth can cover crimes, that merit stops where blockheads climb. Romance, a fairy spell is o'er, the lovely visions charm no more, too often by. While wills betrayed, I woo no more thy gentle aid. Yet why, 'tis pleasing to believe, thy dreams are sweet, or they deceive. Weeping for the dead, by Charles Mackay. Oh, why should we bewail the dead, where soar o'er their narrow bed? Have we not sought the happy shore, where human cares oppress no more? Bewail them not, for blessed will we, from mortal woes and anguish free, and parted spirits rest in peace in the still land where troubles cease. Bewail them not, then bright abode, as with the Father and the God. Freed from corruption's cold embrace, they see the Almighty face to face. No sorrows move the faithful dead, no woes disturb their narrow bed. In the still land where troubles cease, the parted spirits rest in peace. What might be done? By Charles Mackay. What might be done if men the wise, what glorious deeds, my suffering brother, would they unite in love and right, and keep from scorn for one another? Oppression's heart might be imbued with kindling drops of loving kindness, and knowledge pour from shore to shore, light on the eyes of mental blindness. What slavery, warfare, lies and wrongs, or vice and crime might die together, and wine and corn to each man born be free as warmth in summer weather. The meanest wretch that ever trod, the deepest sunk in guilt and sorrow, might stand erect in self-respect, and share the teeming world tomorrow. What might be done? This might be done, more than this, my suffering brother, more than the tongue ever said or sung, if men were wise and loved each other.